Yo, YouTube, it's an Artist of Darkness, also known as Sir Kennington of Color Struck. I'm here to do another video. It's going to be a very petty one, so hang on with me. Try to watch the entire video. Hang on with me. So, black people, I love you. Now, I haven't always loved being black, and I can admit that. I haven't always loved being black. It was very problematic for me to love being black because when I was growing up, the worst thing you could be was black. White people would make it seem like the worst thing you can be was black. Black people will make it seem like the worst thing you can be was black in color and in race. Now in the last 3 or 4 years, it's become a little bit. It's become a lot more acceptable. It almost reminds me of the 1970s, the Black Panther movement and such. But what I'm starting to realize is we as black people, young black people, especially the crowd under 32, we're making the same mistakes the black pride crowd made. We're making some of the same mistakes. Instead of celebrating our blackness and making it a part of our like infinite pride, we're sensationalizing it. We're making it into a fad. You understand what I'm saying? We're sensationalizing our blackness. Now, I'm not talking about the white people who want to be black or who indulge in black culture. There will always be white people who want to indulge in black culture, just vice versa as well. There will always be white people who want to indulge in black culture, black people, black things. I'm not talking about that right now, okay? I'm not talking about cultural appropriation. I'm talking about black people turning our blackness into a fad instead of turning it into a celebration and a tradition. Okay, the black pride crowd didn't turn it into a tradition. They made it a fad. It's a cool thing to do. And then once it stopped being cool, granted, the U.S. government had a big hand in that. Once it stopped being cool, it went away and it was gone. It was gone for a while, and now it's back. And I'm saying this to my people right now. Stop making our culture, our things, black love, blackness, a fad. Because you're doing this, what's going to happen in about 4 or 5 years, we're going to turn away from it and completely forget about it. And I'm not saying we, because I'm always going to celebrate being black. Once I learned to love myself, once I learned that being black wasn't something to be ashamed of, I will never turn back. My children will love being black. Their children will love being black. And it will continue on. It will continue on. It will be a tradition in my family. Okay? I don't want any of my children to ever hate blackness. Okay? And that's not just the blackness that's celebrated. Because let's talk about the blackness that's celebrated. Because all the videos, all the pictures, all the things I've seen, blackness, the fad of blackness, it's like you can only be but so black and it be celebrated. Now let me explain to you. Like we have, as a black people, we have this thing that's cyclical, that's called the Willie Lynch theory. Light skin, dark skin bullshit, right? So when you talk about melanin popping, melanin on fleek, melanin magic, celebrating your melanin, it seems like the only melanin that gets celebrated is the mid-ground all the way down to about maybe the albinos, right? Because black people love themselves some really, really light-skinned girls with really, really like green or gray eyes. People don't believe she's black, but she's actually black. People love themselves some Rashida Joneses, essentially, right? But they don't really care about the Western and the Eastern blackness. African, right? They don't care about the deep mahoganies. They don't really give a damn about the deep dark chocolate, the ebony, the obsidian, right? They don't really care about the granite, the black that when the light's out and the moon's out and the moonlight hits that dark skin and it's glistening and it's shining. Like, they don't give a fuck about that blackness. They give a fuck about only what's acceptable. The acceptable blackness, the Barack Obama and down, right? the Barack Obama's children and down, right? I can go ahead and even say, to an extent, Michelle and a little bit and down, because a lot of dark-skinned girls who are like Michelle and darker, they get picked on, they get bothered. They never in their lives have ever felt beautiful because of that fact, right? Because we live in that cyclical thing, that whole light-skinned girls, dark-skinned men, light-skinned men, right? It's not so much for the light-skinned men or the light-skinned guys, because take it from me, y'all, the light-skinned people tend to make me hate myself, right? So black, dark-skinned males are a part of this, right? We deal with it too, but who gets the butt of it are the dark-skinned girls. So, we need to celebrate all blackness, okay? Okay, we need to celebrate all blackness, not just the mixed chicks' hairs, because whenever I see somebody say, hair on fleek, natural, the only pictures I ever see are the light-skinned girls, or the girls who are clearly mixed, or the girls who have some European history in their background, and they have like the less curls, and that gets celebrated. But we hardly ever see the dark-skinned girls, or even not even the dark-skinned girls, black girls who have the really tight kinky curls, and that hardly ever gets celebrated, and it's problematic. It's partly like you guys are halfway doing this. If you're going to celebrate blackness, I keep saying blackness. If you're going to celebrate blackness, celebrate all facets, not just the ones that are acceptable American-wise. You know, the ones that, somebody who's so dark-skinned it makes you uncomfortable. You need to celebrate that blackness too. You know what I'm saying? You don't just celebrate the European aesthetic, or the closer to the European aesthetic, because that's what happens, and it's very problematic. Because I see my niece, and I would like my niece forever to believe that she's a beautiful black girl, because she's going to be dark-skinned, because her daddy's dark-skinned, and her mama's really dark-skinned. So she's going to be a chocolate little thing. She's going to be a little mahogany, right? A dark mahogany, right? And I want her to be beautiful from high school all the way up into college. I want her to always feel beautiful. I'm going to always tell her she's beautiful. I know her mama always going to tell her that she's beautiful. I know the family, for that matter, is always going to tell her that she's beautiful. But we live in a world where black people only celebrate a certain type of blackness. And that needs to stop. Okay? You need to turn this melanin on fleek thing into a tradition and pass it on and pass it down. And it needs to continue. It needs to spread like a virus. Because otherwise, it's just going to end up like the Black Power movement, fucking dead. Because you're sensationalizing it. You're making money off of it. You're making t-shirts. Oh, look, I'm proud to be black. Okay, when was the last time you paid a compliment to somebody who was a whole lot darker than you and had kinkier hair than you? When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you shared a photo of that? When was the last time you did any of that? Said, hey, look at this dark-skinned black baby. Because all I ever see now are pictures of little light-skinned black people. Or I'll see the dark-skinned black baby with the blue eyes. I see that a lot. Like, when are you guys ever going to... Now, granted, those blue and green eyes, all that stuff came from us. That's why white people have it, okay? It's a recessive gene that takes place in black people, okay? The original gene comes from us, okay? But because green and blue eyes are seen as a European thing and it's European beauty, we celebrate it, and it's bad. And even though black people can give birth to children with green and blue eyes, I'm not saying don't celebrate those children too, but you don't celebrate the children with the dark black, the chocolate, the coffee chocolate, the mocha eyes. You know, you don't ever do that because it doesn't happen. I hardly ever see those pictures. I have to go on National Geographic and see some professional pictures of West and East Africans in their villages to see that. I hardly ever see it shared on Facebook. That's the point. Stop sensationalizing blackness, okay? Black is beautiful, yes. Black is beautiful, and keep it that way. Because I don't want to ever see this leave. Because if in 6 years of this leave, every single person that I know on my timeline who was talking that black this, I love being black bullshit, I'm going to get in their fucking ass. Like, get the fuck away from me. You was faking the whole time. You were doing it because it was a fad, and then blackness wasn't the only thing. You just wanted to be a part of something. Okay, that's that. We don't need that. We need it traditionally. Blackness is beautiful traditionally, not this melanin on fleek bullshit on t-shirts that's gonna fade out after you wash it about 4 or 5 fucking times. All right, guys, I'm done. Y'all have a good day.